Well, hello there. Welcome to another daily analysis of the NQ. It is 24th of September 2024. And let's get straight into it. I just got back home. Straight in the door. Let's do some TA. Right. So, let's review what we talked about yesterday. I had this area for a long marked out. It was a 30-minute block that led to internal break. And I said that price came down here after the UK Open and we got the reaction that I would probably take, I'd be looking for longs there. And I said I would ride the long into internal liquidity up until resistance points that I think I vaguely marked out as crossover of this point of control and this value area high. And you know what? It wasn't too bad. If you took that trade, it might have looked something like this. I don't know if you put the stop under the low and you might have gotten out here or something. It was all right. It got the reaction, but I didn't take it myself. I should probably start listening to myself a bit more. But yeah, I didn't take it. I was I guess I was just being a bit cautious. I had reasons to take it and I just didn't take it, you know. I got one or two in here. I think I closed them kind of. They were going against me. I closed them very, very small profit, probably like a 0.5 or 0.4, or you know, wasn't really feeling it, and that's okay. But yeah, we got the reaction from that block. Pretty happy about that. What did US do? US did a bunch of nothing. Absolutely nothing. It just chop for the whole session. So anybody who was trading US yesterday, I feel for you. I mean, maybe you got some good trades, but I mean, this is just not not an optimal environment for me anyway. I can see I probably would have taken one here if I was awake, or not getting ready for bed. It's probably a short. I would have taken probably one of these shorts, to be fair. But I don't trade US, so I didn't take anything. Now, what have they done? Well, let's do what we do and go into our Asian range. So, Sydney starts here, right? This is Sydney. Sydney starts here. Ranges inside the range that US opened. Does nothing, chops up and down, up and down. Tokyo comes in, makes a high and then a low. So we'll call this Tokyo's low. Here. What did US do? Well, US took some liquidity here. Guessing that this is a bullish push, a bullish change of character of some sort. It's very messy. The whole thing's very messy. But it took that, then broke up. Guess that this is the change of character here, right? Change of character. Get rid of this for now. And it took liquidity, danced around. We took more internal liquidity here. I mean, it's just choppy, you know. But yeah, okay. So from here, Asia just moved up. I was watching this at work and I was like, well, fair enough, you know. I didn't expect this, especially to happen around like midday, to clear the whole range like this, but yeah, that's what happened. What did this push up do? It took US's highs, right? Excuse me. Took US as highs and came into this high that we made here, which I would not call something that created any kind of bearish precedent, right? Just kind of came into this area. Let's mark this out. We can call this a local break of structure upwards. And now for the kind of higher pull, we would want to get consistent closes above this, really. But we still have all of this internal area to play with. And don't forget, what they're doing now is kind of the opposite of what they did a few days ago in UK, which was widen the structure so they can still be bullish. What they're doing, I think, right now is just kind of choking it, right? Choking it internally. But looking at the greater picture, we're still bullish. We still have this change of character here, which led to this internal area. We had this break of structure. And that means we can come back into this wick and really still be bullish. So it's something to note. It's kind of why I have that wick marked out. We've order blocks down here, vector recovery. We have a nice little point of control of this wick from Friday. So yeah, it's an area to be aware of. This high, I know this is Japan's high. I'm going to take this away because honestly, after a day or two, these should just be treated, I think, as normal. Just highs and lows without any country behind them. It's normally what I do. I remove the flags after a couple of days. These are very relevant for the day or the 24-hour session, but after a while I remove them. Mitigated a 15-minute fair value gap and then push down. This was clearly just a liquidity grab, push up, creating internal bullish structure. We seem fairly bullish. Personally, I might, depending on what happens between now and honestly the next 15 minutes, I might start looking for continuation trades, really. But let's not jump to any conclusions. Let's mark out liquidity. So liquidity was taken here internally. It's okay. It's an all right low. We had this break of structure upwards, and now I'm going to mark out all of the internal liquidity that is notable down on the 1 minute. So took that, broke up. This is okay. Thank you in the 1 minute. Okay. This is the only one I'm marking out, and we've already broken down below it. Okay. I'm gonna go into the ES and look. Oh, it's such an ugly chart. I don't know. I don't like it. Actually, I thought I'd find something nicer inside here for kind of liquidity areas, but I don't necessarily, I'm not the hugest fan of it. If we're going to be gracious, we could say this is an area. I like the way it behaved there. But honestly, I see this as an area that can get taken very aggressively. This area here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not as fully convinced about the longs after this kind of structure. Kind of grabs, right? UK just opened, put in this high. I'm going to take away this liquidity marker so it doesn't give me any weird biases. I'm just going to put it to this little shrimp. See how it behaves. What did UK just do? This is a bit of a curve here. This is our bearish change of character, but I'm not a huge fan of the liquidity that we took inside here. This is, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. We have below this area. Well, let's take our value areas out and see if they've moved. I still like keeping this value area. Might get rid of that one, but I still like keeping this one, just because this is kind of our base, our greater structure, right? It's the root of our greater structure. This one, the point of control, reaction off that. I'm going to take another tool just from here to here. And let's put that back to main, see where that comes with the value area. Yeah, so I kind of like, honestly, I kind of like this pull that we've done here now, right? I like the idea of swing failing these lows to really kind of reset. It's a bit of an ask because of what's below us with the RTH gap, but I wouldn't mind the idea of swing failing these lows coming into this area down here. My only problem is I didn't find a lot of bigger blocks down here that I liked. It's not a 53-minute order block. It's a 5-minute and a 7-minute. We have vector recovery down here, but I'm not even too crazy about this zone if we don't get kind of strong bounces, honestly. Looking at this wick. That's the block, this is the gap. I would like to see this do its job, honestly. I'd like this to do its job. Alright, let's see. So, the reason I'm not a crazy fan of this is because of the way that the actual NQ looks, and how little liquidity it took on its way up here. Look, okay, this is okay. this low down here isn't actually that bad. So I'm gonna mark this one. I'm gonna mark this one out, but it's the best I can see, really. We're gonna take that for granted, and we're gonna call that a low that could hold. Jeez, I don't even know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm a bit iffy on this, honestly. A bit iffy on it. Value low, point of control up here. It's a high volume node. Monday didn't give us a very clear kind of narrative. It just moved sideways for the whole thing. So if we want to take, or sorry, is that, what day is today? Yeah, that was Monday. If we want to take UK's bias, no, we're still bullish, but we have this area under here is making me uneasy, right? Now, the thing is, if we move to the FXCM chart, and this is something that that Andre pointed out to me, Alpha, the main guy, the head honcho, he noted that the high here on the FXCM chart was taken not once but twice. Okay, twice. And the NQ itself on the CME took it not once but 0 times with descending highs, which is kind of crazy. So this to me, never mind what they're doing inside here, this to me, this discrepancy feels like they're inducing shorts to swipe and then pull back. So for that reason alone, I could see them just swiping up very aggressively, honestly. Well, that's a move. Now, I have a bit of a weakness, and my weakness is that when Asia does this kind of thing, and I can't find strength below us, I end up kind of avoiding doing trades, and it's a bit of a weakness of mine. If I want to really just take it for granted that we're bullish, I might take some trades maybe from in here. But look, guys, they're just squeezing us, right? It's just getting squeezed. It's not the easiest environment for me right now, I'm gonna be honest. But if we break up, and let's say we make this a nice bullish break of structure, I'll pay attention to what we do inside here and maybe take a continuation trade. But the thing is, I like to look for, over the next 20 minutes to 40 minutes, I like to either look for a break of structure upward and then a nice retrace, right? Or we can actually call this a nice little liquidity grab. I don't mind that. Or a flush downwards. Now, if we just get this flush, right, and nothing makes me convinced that they're running for stops in either direction, I can end up just being a bit cautious about my trades and the direction that we're in, especially with this underneath us. If we look at liquidity alone, what do? We just took US highs. We have a Japanese high, or Japanese low down here, Asia low. It is right next to this US low and this UK low. They're just like 3 flat lows here, right? Whether that means UK brings it up into here and then brings it down, I don't know. This could be a strong area. We did just kind of break structure internally. I'd like this strength to be proven. I'd like to see us get consistent closes up here and get a nice retrace for me to think about taking a long. You know, where do we bounce from? It seemed like the point of control here acted as support for all of US. I'm gonna get rid of this. And now we're attacking this value area high. We still had the value area high of this consolidation to go. And these highs on ES don't necessarily, never mind, they've been taken. I was going to say they don't look strong, but yeah, they were taken yesterday by US. Interesting. Okay. I guess that's technically an SMT, though we didn't make enough bearish structure here for me to use this as a bearish signal. This would be an SMT, which would be the ES doing something that the NASDAQ isn't. But I would be cautious about using that as a bearish signal, because what was the result of that SMT? Not necessarily, oh, it's over here, not necessarily anything very bearish at all, right? Like kind of nothing, nothing bearish, right? Bro, you know, they're just tightening it all up. If I was gonna go off gut feeling, even though I don't like what's under here, if I just wanted to play UK for what it is, I think I would be bullish, but very locally bullish, until proven otherwise. Let's have a look at money flow. Let's go to the 1 hour. We can see that, and I said this on Friday or Monday, that I want this high to be taken with very obvious bearish signs at it, and not necessarily want it to really break this at all, in order for me to consider a bigger short down into the RTH gap. If they do push this high and they push this, I don't really think they're going to stop there. Now, they've done this before. They've done crazy inducement on highs, and they've left people going, look at these highs, it's flat. They're flat highs. Obviously, they're going to break. Where was it? It was here, right? And they come up and then they just tap like a few pips of liquidity and then make a massive push down, and then tap a few more pips of liquidity and push down, right? So they can do that. They can just do obvious inducement like this. But I don't know if this is going to last if we do really test that high. I need to be very convinced here within that high. Like, I mean something very strong. So I think I would play the continuation. The markets are a bit crazy at the moment. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a bit hard for me to read confidently. I think I'm going to play bullish continuations. In the future this week, I have my areas below that I will feel safer for taking trades. These are my safer areas below us. I have areas marked out short as well. I guess I haven't really talked about them, but I have, what do I have? I marked these up a while ago. I'm going to wait, I think, until these highs are threatened to do more TA about the short side. I have an area up here, but my God, does this just look like it's ready to get taken in one foul swoop, right? Foul swoop, not a fell swoop, but a foul swoop. So, especially with the ES at all-time highs, who knows what'll happen? This could go nuclear. And then what does the NASDAQ do? It'll go nuclear, right? Especially when we have liquidity set up like this. I'm surprised this even fell with this with this curve, and the equal highs right above it. I'm surprised. So yeah, bearish wise, I think they have to. They don't have to do anything, but if I was going to take shorts, I would really want structure backing me, right? In this kind of situation, I really want structure, greater structure, to back me strongly with shorts here. The only thing that's backing me with shorts right now is money flow, and I can't just trade off of money flow alone. So yeah, even just look, classical TA aside, guys, it looks like they just want to just this seems like a vacuum, man. And they've an RTH gap up here. This just seems like a vacuum. What they do before that vacuum gets filled, I don't know. Be nice if they came back into the RTH gap here before moving up. It would also build a case that they wouldn't need to come back into this imbalance anytime soon, right? This gap was mitigated on the 12-hour, right? I know it's only a tap, but sometimes, man, on a 12-hour gap, that can be all they need in order to go for this pocket. What is it doing right now? Okay, this sets an alright precedent for catching some longs, I think, inside here. I'm gonna have to try and get over my fear of weak looking Asian structure. This Japanese low, this Asian low was on top of these lows down here. That could be a sign of strength. Pushing up. That's okay. I miss these moves, and that's fine. I can use these moves to further understand where I can take a trade later. I have an unfortunate time zone, and I work full time. So I get back to this. I do my TA, and then I catch some 1 minute scalps here and there. Yeah, I'd call this an internal bullish break. So now that we've been given that, perhaps we can mark some stuff out here. Well, I immediately like block. Let's have a look at some VWAPs. Let's turn off my value areas. Let's turn off the lick lines. All right. As I said yesterday, we have anchored VWAPs right above us as well, right? There's a lot of reasons for them to just go up without it making much, without them giving us much, right? A lot of reasons for them to just go up. So yeah, looks like we're pushing up. Might try and catch a little retracement here. Might just play this this continuation that we're doing. I'm not getting caught up on these. Oh, I'm missing it. Oh, FOMO. No, look, I might even catch a short retracement in, right? But after this kind of thing, especially where we are, could be a bit manic. I'm just gonna take the small little trades that I can take. I have no desire to try and catch massive massive moves and give myself heart palpitations. I'm just going to catch small little things that I can deal with and understand and be happy for the day. Really. So, yeah, that's my view of it right now, guys. I guess my focus is on wider areas outside of this structure. What they're doing inside here is kind of messing around. You know, I don't really trust a lot of what they're doing as well, which makes it kind of hard for me to do crazy TA, because like when I'm up here, I don't trust a lot of what they show, right? And look, nothing has happened since Friday. Nothing. If you think about it, right? Nothing has happened. They can come down here before they push up. You know, they could break through this. They could come down here, then push up. Push up first, swipe this whole internal liquidity vacuum, and then get sucked back in. I don't know, but we're inside this mess right now, and I don't really have many concrete things to say about it. So just yeah, just play the internal little bits, guys. But I know that our precedent from Monday is bullish, so I will have that at the forefront of my decisions, depending on what pulls I come into and what I see. All right, that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna try and catch some things today in the UK session. Happy trading, and we'll catch you tomorrow.